Hi, and welcome back to Thone's 1 Peter Nibbles number 82. A Word to Husbands, part 6 of 6, and we're going to summarize all this now. Again, we're coming from 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. This is an overview of God's idea of the marriage role of the husband. Why is this in the Bible? The role of husband to his wife is communicated here, and the whole communications is defining the roles. The application to me, and this is John MacArthur in his study Bible, presents a good summary of all that we have discussed in this series. First of all, husbands in the same way. Submission is the responsibility of a Christian husband as well. Submission. Though not submitting to his wife as a leader, a believing husband must submit to the loving duty of being sensitive to the needs, the fears, and the feelings of his wife. In other words, a Christian husband needs to subordinate his needs to hers, whether she is a Christian or not. How about that, folks? Peter specifically notes consideration, chivalry, and companionship. So we are to be all of those things to our wives, whether they are believers or not, because that is our role in marriage. Someone weaker. While she is fully equal in Christ and not inferior spiritually because she is a woman, she is physically weaker and in need of protection, provision, and strength from her husband. We've talked about this a bit in a couple of the days of this particular study. Fellow heir of the grace of life. Here the grace of life is not salvation, but marriage, the best relationship earthly life has to offer. Think about that. It doesn't get any better in our relationship between human beings on earth than the relationship with our spouse. And so we ought to really honor that. The husband must cultivate companionship and fellowship with his wife, whether she's a Christian or not. Prayers will not be hindered. This relates specifically to the husband's prayer for the salvation of his wife, since a prayer would be hindered if he were not respectful of her needs and fellowship. If he's praying, he has a Christian man is married to a non-Christian wife, she needs to treat her with respect, because if he's not respectful to her, how in the world is she going to listen to him and to therefore listen to the gospel and become saved? And that's an important thing. God leads us with the strength of the believer in the spiritual realm. My response: Lord, thank you for being explicit in your explanations of your intentions for men and women relationships. And man, this has been quite a eye-opening study in a certain sense, because we never thought that one verse could have 7 subdivisions of meaning, but there you are. And we're going to be trying to get back on the regular daily path here, and so I hope that you're looking forward to the coming 83, 84, 85, and so on, where now just over halfway through 1 Peter. So it's a very interesting study. So I encourage you to follow along. So we'll be